Hey guys, Got Level here, and today I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to grow your audience. Alright, we're recording. I'm actually using my lav mic, except I'm not gonna put it on me because there's a lot of noise around, and I actually want you to hear me clearly, okay? So to give a little context of where I'm coming from, I've been an admin in a streamers group. It's basically a group that now has around 4,000 people, and they're all live streamers or content creators. And I've seen a lot of people go by, and I've seen a lot of techniques used and stuff like that. So this is why I decided to make this video, to kind of tell you what I've seen that worked and what I've seen that didn't work. Okay, so we're basically gonna go around those 5 tips real quick. Let's just do it. Okay, so the first tip I have is actually try. There are so many ways to market yourself and market your product that you can find a lot of examples online. But the thing is, you need to actually try to stand out. That means you need to do better. You need to do something different. You need to do what they're doing even more. It's not just about copying. If we're taking an actual example, it's not just posting your product to Twitter. It's not just having a Facebook page or an Instagram page. It's really going out of your way to actually stand out. You can take examples from other places from your own niche and bring those ideas to your niche to actually come up with something original that people will say, I've never seen this before. This is a little recall to my other video called How to Be Creative. I really recommend you to watch this video because I give a lot of tips about how to actually be creative, to make people say, this is creative, this is original, this is important. So yeah, this is my first tip. It's actually try to stand out. Don't just copy paste your stuff. Sit down, think about how can I do better? How can I do it more? How can I schedule my stuff in order for people to see that I am actually putting some effort into my marketing?
We've no place to go. Let it snow.
The third tip is that you actually know your goal. This is something that you actually need to have written down somewhere on a piece of paper, on your phone or something, but you really need to know where you're going with your product or whatever it is that you're trying to market, and also know your target audience. That means you need to know who they are, how old they are, where they are. That means where do they hang out in real life, on the internet, or any other places. And also you really need to know what type of product are they already buying, what type of content are they already consuming. That way you can specifically predict what they will like, and that will help you actually shape your own product in a way to appeal to the maximum to that specific target audience. If you want to appeal to a niche, you really need to know exactly who is in that niche. The third tip is make no excuses. You absolutely have to use what you already have. Do not think that buying $1,000 worth of gear is going to make you a better content creator or a better streamer or whatever it is you're doing. Spending a lot of money doesn't guarantee your product to be good, or it doesn't guarantee that people are gonna want your product. So really start with what you already have. I am filming this video with my phone right now. I have it hooked up to a tripod, but I could have brought my DSLR camera. I just know that it's not gonna make a difference on the impact or the message of the video. So this is why I'm actually using my phone. Take the advice and actually use whatever you have. If you're a live streamer, do not think that you absolutely need a bunch of consoles and a computer and a capture card. You can actually start with your phone. I watched a video where someone was analyzing someone else's content, and this dude was this traveler, travel blogger, and he received a gold button from YouTube. That means he had, I don't know, a million subs on YouTube. I'm not sure. But anyways, like the message of the video, he paused at one certain frame and showed the reflection on the gold button that the guy was showing off. And on the reflection, you could see his GoPro on top of a bunch of stacked cardboard boxes, and that message is so important. The dude doesn't even have a tripod. He only has a GoPro and still makes it big on YouTube. So keep in mind that spending a lot of money doesn't guarantee success. The fourth tip is to be super active. There's being active, like in social media, and then there's being super active. What I'm talking about is basically being super active. Once you know what your target audience is, you actually need to go and be a part of that target audience. That means you need to participate in events, you need to make friends, you need to use hashtags. And basically the goal is to be a must-know name in that particular niche. In that particular niche. That means if someone mentions your name to someone else and that person goes, "Who is that?" The person who mentioned your name has to say, "How do you not know who that is?" This is what I mean by being super active. The fifth tip is to focus. You really need to know how to differentiate every single type of criticism, whether it's hateful criticism that will happen. People will tell you stuff just because they're mad because you're doing something. Usually those are people that are not active and they will criticize you no matter what you do. There's constructive criticism. Those are people who actually like your product or could like your product and will tell you exactly why it didn't go well for them, why they didn't fully like your product. There's also what I call emotional criticism. This is people close to you that will support you, and this is good. Like, support is like should be the fuel of what you're doing, but at the same time it's like your mom telling you you're handsome or you're beautiful. You have to differentiate what is actually true, what is an objective point of view, and what is actually real. So emotional criticism, that's my term. I don't know if that's a real thing, but it's basically people that are close to you who want to support you and will tell you positive things just to keep you going. No matter what you do in this world, you will find negativity. People will come at you with negativity, and you need to embrace the negativity, but you need to not focus on it too much. If you're focusing too much on the negative stuff, it might actually become a handicap for you. You might think, oh, what if I get the same criticism for my next project or something like that? What if I get another? What if I'm never good enough for them? And you don't need to have that kind of thought. You need to keep progressing. You need to always find a way to improve your craft. That is very important, but do not focus on the negative side. Basically, when you do something right, you need to acknowledge that. Reward yourself if you have to, but continue progressing. Continue making sure that your product gets better all the time. Never stop progressing. There's a light show. Nice. Okay, bonus tip is stop the hate. We talked about negativity, but you have to make sure that you are not providing this negativity to someone else. Okay, if you have hate for a particular group of people in your niche or in general, consider that as private information. Don't jump on threads telling everyone about your opinion, because you will end up shooting yourself in the leg. As an admin of this group, I've seen people that were so quick to jump on drama threads and they ended up being shadow banned, actually banned, and basically the whole community would do everything in their power to keep this person down, to make sure they never succeed. You don't want to do that. I'm sure you're a nice person. You can have shitty opinions, but make sure that doesn't get in the way of you selling your product. So yes, you can be a very opinionated person, but when it comes to selling your services or your product, you need to see it as a business. You can't afford to actually put your ego first. So put it to the side and do your best. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you have any advice on your own that you would like to share, then just leave them in the comment section below, okay? It's been a pleasure. I'm actually heading home because it's starting to rain. I don't want to get wet. Gael Level, out.